If you're a musician, a music producer, but you're struggling to create a career out of it, this is probably a factor that's holding you back more than you think. And it's not a hack, it's not a trick, it's not a marketing strategy, it's none of that. It's literally your mentality and the way that you think. So I've spent a lot of money on mentors and coaching, and I've noticed that the beginning levels of how to do things is always tactical. It's always, this is the strategy, this is what you do, this is what you put, systems you put in place, and this is the actions that you take. And so that's always the beginning phase. So they always say, you know, the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of what moves your business the most is tactical. It's the things that you do on a day-to-day. It's the actions, it's sending messages to people, it's getting in contact with people, it's building funnels, it's building websites. That only makes up about 20% of how your business succeeds. The other 80% is literally up in here. It's the way that you think, it's what you believe, and it's what you decide to do. There's usually two types of people. There's usually someone who's confident and someone who's fearful. And when I say confident, I don't mean like they know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care what other people say. They take it as feedback and they make themselves better with it because they don't care about what people think about them, and you shouldn't either, because what somebody thinks about you is none of your business, right? It has nothing to do with you. It's their thought, it's their belief, and that's the way that it should be. So it should not affect you. So the confident person is always going to release their music first. They're always going to try this marketing tactic first. They're always going to try everything first, regardless if they fail or not. Because if they fail, they just get back up and they start doing it again. So this is kind of the timeline in which these two people move. So the person that's confident is going to make a song and they're going to put it out right away. They're going to hit a roadblock. No matter what, on your journey, you're going to hit roadblocks because this is not an easy task to do. Turning a hobby into a career or doing something like that is not an easy task. So regardless, you're going to hit a roadblock. But the difference is this person is going to hit this roadblock sooner because they got started. They started releasing, they started trying these tactics. And so once they hit this roadblock, they're going to get feedback. They're going to be like, okay, well, your song sucks. Cool, I'm going to go back, fix it, and I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to keep doing it until I overcome this roadblock and get around it. Then as I move forward, I'm going to hit another roadblock. But again, because they're confident and they're positive that they can get over it, that they continue until they get over that. Now, while this guy is going through and hitting these roadblocks and overcoming them, the guy that's fearful is still in the beginning phase. They haven't done anything. They've been creating music for 3 years, but they haven't put anything out because they're afraid what people will think. They're afraid that people will say, oh, your drums suck. Oh, your 808 sucks, or whatever. And so as long as they're in that state, they will be here. Let's say 5 years down the road, they're like, I'm finally over it. I want to create a career, so I need to put some sort of music out. They put their first song out. So they hit their first roadblock, and their first hate comment, they're like, your drums suck. What do? They go back and they crawl into their cave, they lay in the fetal position, and they cry for a long time. And then they get discouraged for another 6 months. And then finally, after 6 months, they're like, all right, maybe it's time to try again. Do you see how much time you waste when you are this fearful person? Because you're constantly at the beginning, and when you hit a roadblock, you turn around and you cry for a long time, and then you get back up. And while you're doing that, this guy is all the way over here already, getting closer to his goal, while you're back here not doing anything. And here's the trick to this. So this guy obviously is always going to move faster than this guy. The person that always puts their music out, puts themselves in front of an audience, they always move faster than the guy that's fearful. The guy that's fearful is always going to be held back regardless. Let's just throw somebody else in the mix. Let's throw a mentor in the mix. This is a mentor. This is a person who has already gone through these roadblocks. They know how to overcome them, and they can tell you exactly how to do that so that you waste even less time. Because remember, that time is your most valuable asset. So if this guy gets a mentor, he's confident. He knows that he's going to run into roadblocks because he's already seen it ahead of time. So he's going to hire a mentor. And that mentor is going to streamline this process. What he's going to do is make this guy move even faster. So the mentor is going to say, hey, there's a roadblock right here. This is how you overcome it. There's a roadblock here. This is how you overcome it. There's a roadblock here. Make sure that you don't go there and you do this instead. So this process ends up being like this. Streamlined and straight to the point, and that's why they get success so quickly and hit their goal. This guy can get a mentor too, right? You can be either of these persons and it's perfectly fine. But here's the thing. Before this mentor can give you any tactical things to do, like avoid these roadblocks, don't go here instead, he first has to fix this guy's mindset. And not every mentor is there to fix your mindset, right? But this is the key factor to even being able to get started, to even overcoming any roadblocks. As long as you're fearful and you don't put out the music that you need to, you don't take the right steps to creating this career, it's going to be very difficult for you. The easiest thing you can do is hire a mentor, and the mentor isn't always, like I said, it's like 20% tactical, the other 80% is psychological. So if you can find a mentor who can help you overcome the internal trash in your head and overcome these beliefs that you have, the quicker you can get started and the quicker we can streamline this process. Because then the work finally starts. Once you overcome what's in your head, then the work can finally begin. You can finally take action on reaching out to your clients. You can finally take action to putting out music, putting yourself out there so that you can reach this goal of yours. What I'm trying to say overall is, first things first, you need the right mindset. And if you can't do that by yourself, you have too many beliefs, then you need to find someone to help you. If it's a mindset coach, if it's a business coach, if it's a music coach, whatever it is, you need to overcome whatever belief that you have first so that you can get started and hit your goals. Because again, you're going to hit roadblocks no matter what. Even if you're confident, even if you're fearful, you're going to hit roadblocks. But the sooner you hit those roadblocks and learn to overcome them, the quicker you hit this, your music goal, where you can do music for the rest of your life as a job, get paid for it, and live the life that you actually want to. But the first step is overcoming this and in finding someone to streamline this process. Because the more time that you take hitting roadblocks and turning back around and not overcoming them and starting back at the beginning, the longer it takes to get here. And don't even think about that, right? Don't even think about the fact, like, you might say, I'm okay with waiting 10 years and before I hit a music career. Think about this though. In those 10 years, what you're losing is the opportunity to be able to grow your business even further, because you're taking 10 years to learn how to just get it off the ground. If you spend 10 years learning the right strategies just to get it started, you just wasted 10 years that you could have been growing your business, and your business could be much further than it is right now. So the quicker that you learn that you need to overcome this fear, hire a mentor to show you the quickest way, the bigger of a chance you have to grow a big music career. So if you're sitting on sidelines, you're waiting, you're fearful, you don't want to invest in yourself, you don't want to invest in getting over this fear, the longer you will stay here, and the further and more distant this is going to get, while the guy who's confident is going to be here already. So if you want to avoid being the fearful guy, change your mindset, find someone to show you the quickest route. What I teach music producers how to make beats that attract artists, the high-paying ones, the high serious clients, and repel the ones that are just looking for free handouts, looking for free beats, telling you that you'll blow them up with exposure or whatnot, and leave you only the good ones. And so this is all free. You can learn all about this, learn about the system. I'll leave a training link down below. It's going to be producebeatsartistby.com. I'll leave the link in the description. You can click there, sign up for the free training, and you can watch. It's an hour and a half long, and it'll tell you everything about how to produce beats that attract artists and land high-ticket clients. So hopefully this was helpful to you. I just want you to understand, regardless of what industry you're in, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're trying to do something for yourself, you're trying to build your business, you're trying to be your own boss, as long as you're fearful, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay? So this is going to be the biggest hindrance as far as your career. It's not, the emails that you send. It's not the text messages that you send. Those all can't happen until you overcome this and turn this into confidence. So if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and I will see you in the next video.